Welcome to this week's Trade War Live video. What do we got in the news, particularly on the trade front? We're starting to see both sides make concessions. China has said that it will allow much freer export of rare earth minerals, which, as we know, is exactly what the U.S. Is most concerned about. The U.S., for its part, has done a couple things. Various media reporting that the U.S. is easing up on exports of some chip design software companies. At least three U.S. chip design software companies have been told by the Department of Commerce that they are now free to start selling their software to China again. And that's a big deal. The other big thing, the U.S. has freed up ethane exports to China. I think it's about half of China's ethane exports go to China. So this matters to the U.S. producers as well. As always, the U.S. companies have an interest in being able to sell to China as well. And then the ethane is being used as feedstock for China's big petrochemical companies. It's a lot cheaper than naphtha. So the big Chinese petrochemical companies, have a very strong interest in seeing this happen as well. At the same time, the U.S. has announced a trade deal with Vietnam, which has China very, very worried. The point of contention in that deal is the fact that the U.S. is also putting tariffs, negotiating with Vietnam for tariffs on transshipments, and actually even tougher on transshipments. China, of course, has been moving a lot of its production to places like Vietnam, and particularly Vietnam, to try to evade U.S. tariffs. So, under the new U.S.-Vietnam trade deal, 20% tariffs on Vietnam exports to the U.S., 40%, twice as high, tariffs on transshipment of goods through Vietnam being exported to the U.S. China has already been quite vocal about its concerns related to this agreement. There's a possibility that the U.S. is trying to do something similar with India as it negotiates a trade deal with India. And it seems to be a clear effort by Washington to try to tighten up on transshipments by China. What did China say? The foreign ministry press spokesperson Mao Ning said agreements should not target or harm the interest of third parties. The spokesperson for China's Ministry of Commerce, He Yongqian, said, "We firmly oppose any party reaching a deal at the expense of China's interests." So China's been very clear that they're concerned about this. That's it for the news for today. I want to let all of you know that the live videos may be a little less frequent over the rest of July. I'm about ready to head to China next week, and I'll be there through the beginning of August.